everyone, welcome back to my channel. For not the first time, I'm here in Prince's house because I never left. We decided to split this up into two videos because it got a bit long last time, but to show how Prince likes to coordinate classic and his approach to the style, he is going to be putting me in classic for the first time today. So I'm finally doing the traditional style swap video. I think you see a lot of like gothic to sweet and sweet to gothic, but it's rare to see classic Lolita involved.
Yeah.
Just in general. So I'm really excited to be able to see myself in this sub-style and your beautiful pieces.
I'm so excited to put you in classic.
Yeah, I have no idea what the coord is, so let's find out. Well, here we are. So Prince put me in classic, and basically what's going to happen is he's going to go over the different elements of the coord and why he chose them. So like why this blouse, why this headdress, that kind of thing. And to be clear, Prince coorded this very much how he coordinates his own style when it comes to classic, just on me. So in the past, I've worn some of his gothic main pieces, but I've either coorded them or he's picked out specific accessories that I liked. So this is kind of the first time that I've really been put in someone else's style, which is really interesting. We talked about this a bit between ourselves, but there's certain elements of my style in the suite that helps kind of like boost my self-confidence in, I've always thought my face was like not round enough or a bit too like mature. So wearing sweet and cute stuff helps like tone that down or balance it out for my confidence. And I was a bit apprehensive with classic because it does the opposite. Even though it's cute in its own way, it's more like elegant, and it's the most mature, often like Lolita sub-style.
For sure.
But I really like it.
So you feel good?
Yeah, I do. I feel like instead of seeing myself as kind of like, oh, like mature, blah, 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 like it's so different from sweet, like because it's still Lolita, I feel like the same amount of like femininity that makes me confident, and there is like a sort of cute daintiness to it, especially because classic isn't necessarily strictly imitating like older women's styles of like vintage or like period stuff so much as like young women's.
Yeah.
So it feels like I'm not matured. I look like myself in classic, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
But yeah, I really like it. It's really, I feel like there's a lot of elements that are in my personal style too. Like, you know, I love cardigans. Yeah. And like I love Kennetees and that kind of things. So there's still like parts where I'm like, oh, I would pick this. And that kind of helps.
For sure.
But yeah, we're going to like go over it. Prince is going to point out different things, and we're going to show some close-ups and pictures as we go through. Yeah. I know you can't really see like my socks and my shoes right now, but don't worry, you'll get to see them.
So first off, I just want to say you look really, really beautiful. Like I knew you would look good in classic, but kind of like what you're saying, I'm also like, wow, like it really, really suits you. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just walk through this, starting with the main piece. Because I did make a point of mentioning how much I liked Dusty Rose, I felt, you know, let's go for it.
This is a very Dusty Rose to me. It's just almost purple. Yeah. It's almost like lilac.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Because when you compare it to like your Bolero, I guess it does look really dusty pink once it's like just one layer. But like this, it looks almost purpley or almost brown. Yeah, that's true. It's a very interesting, like, chameleon color. Yeah,
it's just such a beautiful color. I find it stunning. So typically when I coord classic, and this isn't just a classic thing, but I like to match the blouse with the socks. So I went with this sort of, not quite ivory, but like a dark beige, which I think is pairing very well, specifically with the lace on this dress, which is interesting because this is an Innocent World blouse. It's not... the same brand, but I find it matches. So then I tie it all together from the bottom with the ivory socks, which you'll notice have a sort of dark beige ribbon pattern. So one sort of, I suppose, unconventional Lolita thing I like to do sometimes is throw in one element that maybe doesn't match any other color, which in this case is this mint cardigan is really standing out here.
This is green.
Well, I think it's mint.
This is like frog green.
I guess
This is
it's
mint.
Yeah, well,
This is aged mint.
there you go. It's aged mint. It's vintage mint.
Exactly.
We can agree. But I am sort of tying it together a little bit with the bag here, which has pops of green and, again, the ivory base.
To be fair though, as much as the mint is maybe like a standout part, the like colors on the embroidery, like the beige and the like almost pink, do match other parts of the cord knit.
For sure.
So it's not like you're just adding something on with no logic. You chose a piece that adds like a pop to the cord while having like subtle details that match the rest of it.
Yeah, that is true. I just think it's one of those things where like perhaps in sweet you could get away with that a lot less.
Yeah, I agree. Like if you're wearing an all like sax and pink cord knit,
and you threw in a different color as a cardigan.
Yeah, with like nothing in your shoe, your sock, your...
It would be like, why?
Yeah, I do agree.
Continuing on, I'm matching the shoes with your dress. These are really comfortable leather shoes from Victoria Maiden.
They're very comfortable.
Yeah, they're really comfy, aren't they? And they have wooden heels, which is nice.
They slightly don't fit my chunky ankles, but honestly, all of the Japanese shoes that I get do not fit my ankles. Like my bodyline ones.
Oh. Well, it was really good on you.
Thanks. I just got like, tree trunk legs.
Fair. And then just to finish off the cord, I always like to add a brooch somewhere on my cords, as you can tell with my own. So I have this embroidered floral brooch, which I got from Etsy, by the way. I didn't say this earlier, but if you are a classic Lolita or interested in classic Lolita, Etsy and vintage shops are great resources. Please check them out. You will find amazing accessories. And then to finish it off, I wanted to go really, really like traditional classic Lolita and have this iconic Mary Magdalene kind of tiara in a brown and dusty rose color. And I think it looks really amazing with the bun in your hair.
Yeah, I really like canetiers. So for me, this very feels like me in a way, like I said before. But like we do share an appreciation for accessories and fillers over like main pieces.
100%.
There's a lot of main pieces like we both are seeking still, and like you have how many main pieces?
I have about 27.
And I have 20 now. So it is like a substantial amount of main pieces because we're people who wear Lolita often enough. But both of us have more in terms of fillers. Like we're not the people with like 2 blouses and 20 dresses.
No.
We both have a lot of tops.
Yeah. You have more tops than me. But I have like a ton of shoes.
You do.
Shoes are like my thing.
Yeah. I just bought a shit ton of shoes.
I love that for you.
Like 4, but
I love that for you.
Yeah, and like I would say that I have more jewelry.
Yeah, definitely.
But you don't really need that much.
You're sweet, so that makes more sense.
Yeah, exactly. For sweet, I don't have a lot of jewelry though. But we both have a lot of like cardigans, blouses. We both really like buying socks. I more like buying socks. I feel like you like in terms of like hair accessories, even though you have less because of like your short hair, you still have like a pretty diverse range.
I have to have a lot.
Yeah, but it's like you're not like, oh, I'm just buying headdresses, like rectangle headdresses because my hair is short. You're like, you have hats, you have bonnets, you have rectangle headdresses, you have canetties, like. So overall, because of that, it's easier to adapt your style onto me with classic because we share so much like appreciation for the same thing.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, so I mean, that is how I quartered this, and I think it's amazing on you. And like you pointed out, I don't have a lot of jewelry, and I think that's the one thing I would do different for this cord for you is I would probably have given you rings.
Yeah, my fingers feel a little naked right now.
Poor sweet Lolita, no rings. I literally do not own any classic rings. That's like a huge void in my wardrobe. But I think the brooch is adding something to this, and if that wasn't there, this might feel a little bit unaccessorized even for me. But as it is now, and like especially with the bag, it's like this is perfect. I would wear this.
I do really like that brooch thing that you do. Like you often put them on like your neck, like because like classic blouses have like those high collars that if you have like a dress that's a bit lower on the neckline, it can feel kind of empty.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's really nice. Like I like that part of your style. I feel like it's very signature, Prince.
I love doing it. Actually, the last time I wore this dress, I had a big brooch that I wore on the waist, and I liked doing that as well. It was different for me.
So experimental.
Well, you know, I try. But yeah, I think you look absolutely amazing.
We look good together.
Yeah.
I wish we could go somewhere.
Oh, I didn't say this, but I did deliberately put you in this color so that our cords would match. Yeah. I really appreciate you interviewing me and looking at my wardrobe. And if you are someone that's interested in Gothic or classic Lolita. You know, reach out to me on Instagram, say hi, and I hope that you like this video.
We're going to show some more close-up pictures. We're going to take some pictures together and show them as well. And yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different, these last videos that I've done with Prince, because I don't wear classic or gothic, and obviously most of my content on my channel appeals to sweet specifically, but I think it's really important to, you know, just globally appreciate Lolita fashion. Whether or not you think that the fashion is like alive and strong, or there's parts of it that you wish were more like alive and strong like classic, we're only gonna like get there by all partaking in the community together. Yeah. And while sweet is kind of like the most popular substyle due to like social media and like its popularity in like pop culture, I think it's important to not just like separate ourselves as sweet Lolitas and act like we're the part of the fashion that's like the most visible, and like recognize that, you know, we're not trying to appeal to normies.
No.
So it's kind of like appreciate classic, appreciate gothic and like other parts of the fashion, and like don't just shun them because you think, oh, classic is too normie, or like goth is more like goth than Lolita. Like I don't think most of the people who watch this channel would think that, but I guess that's just generally why I wanted to do this, and because you're my friend.
I love being your friend. But yeah, Lolita is the three substyles. They're what founded the fashion, and you don't have to wear classic or gothic if you don't want to, of course, but appreciating it is a huge part of appreciating the fashion. So I agree. It's always something that I appreciate seeing.
Yeah, for sure. It was really nice to film these with you. I hope you really enjoyed watching them. Let me know what you thought below. If there's any of these pieces that you own or you cord differently, it'd be really interesting to see that. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!
Bye!